Hello, loyal fans and subscribers. ninamorifanboi here for my PBF Season 5 Week 9, I think this is, battle against Poketai Nandi, coach of the Dallas Staryus, aka my cousin/rival Tyler. I faced him for the first time, Season 3. He defeated me, I believe twice, maybe only once. Last season, Season 4, I defeated him, so this is kind of like a tiebreaker. However, this is his team at the moment. It's gone through numerous changes, but I believe this is up to date. It contains Azumarill, Hydreigon, which is his Zmon, Lucario, Galvantula, Nihilego, Dhelmise, Salazzle, Mega Aerodactyl, and my mascot, Carbink. So a very fast and offensive team. He only has a few what I would consider switch-ins, being Dhelmise and Carbink, while having options like Sticky Web with Galvantula. Just all around a very offensive team that could easily pressure my team, but I feel like my team doesn't have too bad of a matchup due to how bulky it is and how strong they are. Because a lot of his members, while they are strong, a lot of them are frail, so my members can live a hit and kill in return. So ultimately I went into this pretty comfortable. And the team I ended up making was this. I don't have this saved on this computer, so I'll just have to list these by memory. We'll start from this end. This is a Metagross Banded, Adamant Max Attack, Max HP with Bullet Punch, Earthquake, Meteor Mash, and Ice Punch. EQ for his fire types. Ice Punch for this and this, I guess, though also have Meteor Mash for everything. BP for priority, which I felt would be nice if he did bring Sticky Web, which he didn't. Spadef Nidoqueen. This is to take on things like, I guess, Nihilego and Salazzle. But most of all was Galvantula, because I was really expecting him to bring Galvantula, since I had this that he could hit with Bug Buzz, this that he could hit with Thunderbolt, this Bug Buzz. I just felt like Galvantula would be a threat he would definitely bring, but he ended up not bringing it. But that's what my Nidoqueen was for. It had Ice Beam, Sludge Wave, Stealth Rock, and something else I can't remember at the moment. AV Tangrowth with knockoff Giga Drain, Earthquake for the fire types, and Hidden Power Fire, maybe, for this? I think so. Cobra Berry Machamp with No Guard Stone Edge as my answer to Arrow, with, of course, Stone Edge, Bullet Punch, Dynamic Punch, and Ice Punch for this. Cobra Berry Latios to deal with this in case it's Scarfed. With Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Surf, and Memento. And then finally Blastoise, which is actually a physical Blastoise, Adamant Max Attack and HP, with Waterfall, Ice Punch, Rapid Spin, and Earthquake. Earthquake was just my strongest thing to hit Azumarill. Ice Punch, I wanted Ice Punch over Ice Beam or Dark Pulse in case he brought AV Dhelmise. That's pretty much why I brought physical Blastoise this battle. I was just worried about AV this or AV this. So yeah, that's what I went with. And looking at his team, I saw no Galvantula, so I went in with a little different mindset. I wouldn't have to worry about Galvantula threatening my Blastoise, Volt switching around and stuff. But his team is still very threatening, so I think I decided to lead with my Machamp, as he leads Aerodactyl. Machamp, I felt, did well against essentially everything. Yeah, essentially everything except maybe Azumarill. And even then, I do have... Actually, yeah, Azumarill kind of would have been bad, but I didn't expect Azumarill to lead. I expected this, to be honest, and he did lead with this, which made me happy, because I can survive a wing attack and just go for Stone Edge and have a good chance of knocking this thing out. He actually overpredicts turn 1 and goes for Earthquake, though, doing a lot of damage in the process. But I do just go for Stone Edge and knock him out, so there's Mega Arrow out of the way, turn 1. Had he gone for Wing Attack, he would have revealed my Copa Berry right now. I say that because you're going to see later he actually knocks my Machamp off, but never mind about that. Here he goes into Hydreigon. I just decide to Bullet Punch for some damage because I don't really have a good switch in. So I just decide to stay in and essentially sack my Machamp. But he goes for Earth Power. I wasn't sure what he was predicting there. So here I decide to go into my my Tangrowth because I don't see Life Orb or anything like that. I'm thinking maybe Scarf, trying to outspeed my Latios or something. But he reveals to not be locked in, goes for Draco. Does only 40 to my AV Tangrowth, so I'm pretty good right here. He actually goes for Zen Headbutt, doing 16, as I knock off, revealing that he's probably a Z move of some kind. So I kept that in mind, and I can't remember if it's here I switch out or if I wait a turn. Okay, it's here I switch out, go into my Blastoise on his next Zen Headbutt. Now I think I just go for Ice Punch, as he stays in to go for another Draco, doing only 28. As Ice Punch is unfortunately unable to kill. If I was Ice Beam modest, that probably wouldn't have had to worry about this anymore, but I do get off a hit on something here. He actually goes out to a Azumarill on the waterfall, takes nothing. As here I decide to, okay, he goes for a knockoff on the switch, that's what happened. So forget I said that earlier about had he Wing Attacked, but yeah, it doesn't matter. He went for knockoff, got rid of my whatever. I'm just gonna Bullet Punch because I outspeed this thing, so I see that I only did 11, and took note that this thing has to be max HP or max defense or something. So with that in mind, I think I decide to go out to my Tangrowth and just go for Giga Drains in case he stays in, which he does, to go for knockoff, getting rid of my Assault Vest as he has the Figgy Berry. Yep. And goes for Play Rough again as I go for a Giga Drain again. Back up to nearly full, and this time I decide to try to predict one of these two to come in and go for Earthquake, but he actually goes for Play Rough again, sacks his Azumarill, so unfortunate miss right there because I would have done a little damage. But it's not really going to matter because he just goes out to this, which I don't really have a switch into. Go for Fire Blast and knock out my Tangrowth, so like I said, I didn't really have a switch in. Now he doesn't really have a switch into this. I could just go for Earth Power right here. He actually, you'll see, does switch out to his Hydreigon, expecting that. So he did have a switch in. I could have tried predicting that, but I felt there was no need. It worked out for him, though, because he got his Hydreigon in for free, and I'm fully expecting a Shattered Psyche right here from Zen Headbutt. So I'm actually going to go hard into my Latios. Seems like a risky play, but that's exactly what I do. As he goes for Earth Power, I actually forgot he had Earth Power. I was expecting, like I said, the Shattered Psyche right there, but it didn't happen. I avoided an Earth Power. Now here I'm in a weird position because, as you can see, I do have Surf on this thing. I thought about going for it here. It did 16 min to this thing, so I thought about risking Surf. If I did that, that would probably bait in this thing. But if I go for Surf and don't KO this thing, that would be, really bad. So ultimately, I decided to go for Draco Meteor right here. Maybe make him think I'm locked in. Maybe try to go into Nihilego and stuff. And I would be able to determine if he's, scarfed or whatever. But, yeah, like I said, I do just go for Draco, knock this thing out. As he actually here goes out to Delmise. And here I go for the Memento, because I don't have a switch in to this. So, yeah, just go for that Memento as he Shadow Claws. And it's here I'm starting to kind of regret the Memento play because of Shadow Claw. It has a chance to crit. But I'm figuring, it probably won't happen still. So I just decided to try to 1v1 this thing with my my Nidoqueen here, because Shadow Claw at -2 shouldn't be doing much more than I'm recovering with Black Sludge. So I go for Ice Beam, and it's confirmed he is Assault Vest. So that's fine. Like I said, should be able to 1v1 this thing, but he gets a crit right away. So this is gonna actually... This makes me regret my Latios play all the more, because now I'm like in a hole because of it, and I'm gonna have to try to climb out of it, if you will. Just gonna fire off another Ice Beam right here as he actually goes for Power Whip this time, doing a lot more than Shadow Claw would have done. And here I'm actually expecting a Shadow Claw, that way he doesn't miss, because Shadow Claw, you know, does this much, and had I stayed in and Ice Beamed and he missed Power Whip, you know, that'd be really bad for him. Not really bad, but like, it'd be bad for him, whereas he could just Shadow Claw for here. Shadow Claw for free right here and basically kill my Nidoqueen. So I'm fully expecting a Shadow Claw here as I go out to my Blastoise, but he goes for Power Whip. It doesn't kill because of the -2, but I'm in range of any attack from anything. So I calced, and Ice Punch is able to knock out Delmise from here. So I thought about going for that, but I decided I would Earthquake in case he does switch. And if he doesn't, Earthquake also puts him in range of Ice Beam, so I figured Earthquake was all around my play. I go for that as he stays in and knocks me out with a Shadow Claw. And now I go into my Nidoqueen, kill this with Ice Beam, and here I remark that Salazzle wins, and it's good game. However, he goes out to Nihilego first, which I didn't understand initially, because unless this thing has like Psyshock, it can't really damage me. As you'll see, he doesn't. He goes for Power Gem. He survives my Earth Power because I don't have like any kind of investment, which is just sad, to be honest. It didn't really change anything, it's just kind of sad, because he's going to be able to knock this thing out. I think he's choice locked into this, by the way, because I go out to my Metagross and he goes for another Power Whip, doing over half with that, which is ridiculous. As I Earthquake, and my only hope now is to dodge an attack, as I don't, and he's able to win with his Salazzle. So, good game tie. Like I said, that turn with the Latios, I'm really regretting, especially after the crit, but I guess either way it was a risk, because I was risking hitting Draco in the first place. So, in hindsight, Surf probably would have been the play. I don't know how it would have played out had I... So what I'm thinking was, had I Surfed there, I could have Draco'd the incoming Delmise for a lot of damage. Maybe not a lot, but would have done enough to where Nidoqueen could have handled it better, maybe. I don't know, because it would have been at full attack, and maybe at that point Blastoise could have OHKO'd with Ice Punch. I don't know. It definitely would have played differently. Same with had he not crit me right there. But there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing he can do about it. I'm not going to complain about hacks. So, yeah, good game tie. Next week, I go up against Bren in the Lacanosa Lucarios. So, looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are as well. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.